Catch Chinese signals. For many people living near the Chinese border, the only way to reach the real internet is to literally climb. They sneak up steep hillsides, sometimes carrying old, secondhand smartphones wrapped in cloth to muffle any glow. At night, when the patrols are thinner and the sky is dark, they carefully pull the phone out and turn it on for just a few minutes. The signal they're searching for is faint, a Chinese telecom tower miles away. But if they find the sweet spot, suddenly, they can make a call or send a message that leaps across the border. The risk is enormous. North Korean security teams drive around with detectors that can trace a foreign signal almost instantly. If the wave is spotted, they can track the source within minutes. That's why people often press the phone against their chest, ready to turn it off at the first sign of trouble. For them, a few minutes of connection means everything. A chance to hear from a family member who escaped years ago, or to get uncensored news about the world. It's a method that's dangerous, exhausting, but still alive, because even a glimpse of freedom is worth climbing a mountain for.
Black market USBs. On the streets, a simple USB stick can be more powerful than any broadcast. Small, cheap, and easy to hide, they circulate like forbidden treasure. One drive might carry a copy of Wikipedia, filled with millions of articles. Another might be packed with South Korean dramas, Hollywood blockbusters, or foreign news broadcasts. People trade them quietly, slipping them into jacket pockets or wrapping them in food packages to pass checkpoints. For many North Koreans, this is the only way to experience the outside world, an offline internet they can scroll through, line by line, at home. It's safer than radio signals or live connections, because once the USB is unplugged, it looks harmless. But the authorities know the danger. If caught with one, the punishment can be severe, since even a romantic comedy from Seoul is seen as cultural poisoning. Despite that, the market thrives. Families will pool money just to get one drive, then secretly copy its contents onto others, letting the data spread like underground fire. In a country where most people have never touched the internet, a tiny flash drive becomes a portal to everything they've been told doesn't exist.
Exploiting the intranet. North Korea runs its own network, cut off from the global web. It looks like the internet, but it's not. There are websites, news portals, even educational resources, all carefully filtered and built to show only what the government allows. Yet, for a small group of technically skilled people, IT engineers, computer science students, or network administrators, the system itself is a challenge. Some have quietly found ways to slip through the cracks, using VPNs or building anonymous proxies that mask traffic. It's like tunneling out of a sealed bunker without setting off alarms. These aren't ordinary users. They understand packet flow, routing tables, the weak spots in the firewall. Once through, they can briefly touch the real web, downloading encrypted chat software, grabbing foreign articles, or simply looking at Google's homepage just to see it load. The stakes couldn't be higher. Getting caught doesn't mean a slap on the wrist. It can mean life destroyed. But the temptation is too strong for some, because mastering the government intranet only raises the bigger question: what if you could slip past it entirely? And a few have, at least for moments, proving that even inside a digital cage, someone always tries the lock. Mini satellites and secret antennas. When radios and televisions are tightly controlled, the idea of planting a satellite dish sounds almost impossible, but it has happened. Smuggled in from across the border, small antennas are hidden in barns, on rooftops under tarps, or disguised among piles of scrap metal. When carefully aligned, they can pull signals directly from satellites orbiting overhead. The connection is fragile and short-lived, because the longer the dish stays active, the easier it is to spot. A few minutes of exposure is often all someone dares to risk. In those minutes, they might catch a live news broadcast from Seoul, download encrypted files, or stream just enough data to feel like they've stepped outside the wall. It's a dangerous game, balancing secrecy with curiosity. The antennas themselves look ordinary enough, the size of a pizza tray, but to North Korean authorities, they represent an invisible crime. For the people who set them up, though, those few fleeting minutes of data are like opening a window in a sealed room. It's not consistent access, it's not safe, but it's proof. The global internet really is floating just above their heads, and sometimes they can reach it. Fake apps and jailbroken phones. A smartphone that looks ordinary is modified by North Korean hackers to gain extra functions. On the outside, the screen appears harmless, showing a menu full of games, calculators, or note-taking tools. But hidden beneath the fake interface, locked behind layers of security, is a secret browser capable of connecting to external signals. The security agencies are almost powerless against it. Basic inspections seem unable to decode them, but for those who know the password, the device can transform into a gateway, allowing access to the internet internet, online information, and countless global messaging and calling functions. They may not be perfect, and the risk of being caught still exists, but many people are willing to take the risk to own one. The feeling of successfully slipping past the censorship barrier is something irresistible.
Diplomatic headquarters connection. In North Korea, some people are required to use the global internet: diplomats, NGO staff, or embassy workers. They carry their own communication systems, outside of government control. Occasionally, a local with the right connections or proximity may secretly borrow that access, like an assistant plugging in a phone when their superior steps out, or an interpreter copying files during work. The connection usually lasts only a few minutes, but that's enough to send an email, download files, or quickly glance at an uncensored site. These moments are extremely rare and risky because if discovered, not only the local, but also the foreigner could fall under suspicion. Just a brief glimpse of the outside world, even for a few minutes, is a powerful temptation, especially when the internet line is right beside you. Hard drives at the border. Traders crossing the Chinese border often carry sacks of rice or household goods, inside of which are hidden hard drives containing terabytes of content, articles, videos, PDF documents, games, and even music files. These items are concealed completely, secret, and invisible to radio detectors. The hard drives are passed from hand to hand through trusted contacts, then divided into smaller parts, copied onto DVDs or flash drives. By the time they reach users, they turn into cultural goods. Old South Korean dramas, or Wikipedia pages outdated for years, become top-tier entertainment in North Korea. The government knows this and has tried to tighten border inspections. But so what? When the trade is hand-to-hand, radio scanners are useless.
Computers in the lab. Inside certain universities and research centers, like Kim Il-sung University, Kim Chaek University of Technology, and Pyongyang University of Science and Technology, there are special computers with direct access to the global internet. Officially, they are used for scientific research, IT projects, or international academic exchange. These machines are sealed away in locked rooms, watched over by supervisors, with every action logged. Ordinary people never get near them, but students know they exist. Some deliberately plug in a USB stick, downloading gigabytes of data before anyone notices. Others sneak into labs at night, booting up a machine still connected, and see Google appear on the screen for the very first time. The risks are enormous. Access logs can expose every move, monitoring software records every click, and even slight anomalies in traffic can trigger suspicion from cybersecurity officers. Yet the lure of the outside world is overwhelming. Just a few minutes online can bring back international news, encryption software, or forbidden films. For some, curiosity outweighs fear, and in those stolen moments, they gamble not only their future, but their very lives. Done watching? If you like this video, hit subscribe for more cool stuff.